It's the eve before quarterfinals, and going into the competition, do you feel compared to last year that the level has risen when it comes to who can qualify and how people did in the Open and all that jazz?
Over the years, consistently we see a little increase in level, but I think actually the biggest changes in CrossFit are affected by the programming, especially this level. So for example, you'll see, even if we had this programming last year, a very different group of people would probably qualified to semis. So I'd say even though we see little increases in strength, conditioning and gymnastic capacity over the years, actually the programming probably has at this level the biggest impact of who's going through to the next stage.
And how do you think the fact that gyms are more easily accessible this year has been affected, like compared to last year where like in many countries with COVID people were not training? I'm sure the elites were all there, but that mid-pack that can make sure that you can't have weaknesses, otherwise you're gonna fall down the leaderboard. Do you think that will have an impact?
Yeah, exactly. I think for the kind of demographic of athlete we're speaking about qualifying semis, actually it is a good point, because the top athletes would have all found ways around the restrictions, be that home gyms, be that whatever it may be. They'd have had access to mostly everything, whereas the athletes who aren't professional or full-time, the ones who can qualify semis, that might have affected them quite a lot actually.
How excited are you for this being the last stage online?
In some ways, I'm quite looking forward to this return of the season structure. Again, we had everything mixed up a few years ago. I've always liked the kind of open regional games, and now we've got this edition of quarterfinals, which I think is a great addition. For me, actually, I think the most nerve-wracking competition is always the semis, or regionals as it was. There's a lot on the line. Not making it back to games is significant, or making it to games is significant, and sometimes even more so than your placing at games. A lot of the times people don't remember the placing. And a lot of the times, you remember who won, but try naming the podium from 2 years ago, from 3 years ago. CrossFit leaked the workouts early, which is great for me because it means I get to sleep tonight rather than having to stay up and film this video. All of our tips, advice, strategy for each workout, including the warm-up, is going to be the link available in the description. So if you click that link, that'll take you to a full detailed plan as you can go through. So we're in Europe, which means the workouts get released at 9 o'clock tonight, and therefore we decided just to follow the normal order. We're doing 1, 2 tomorrow, 3, 4 on Saturday, and 5 on Sunday. The reason being is that we didn't want to have to squeeze 3 workouts into the day tomorrow, so we're just going to go through and give each of the workouts our best shot, hoping for one and done on all of them.
For the content,
The man has a vision.
I miss you, I miss these looks, like coming in, good mood always.
Did you sleep all right? Nerves?
I didn't actually sleep the best. I don't know why my head was going. It's hard when you get the workouts before you go to bed, and then you start kind of thinking about them. That's okay.
Strategy and how to split them and all that stuff.
Yeah. I got a plan, and then we'll see if it stands or not.
Are you happy to start with these 2 workouts, or would you rather have started with 3 and 4 or something?
Obviously, if you were to think about getting the best score, the ones that would require the most of the energy system would be best to start with, like the CNS. But I think it'd be fine. I don't think it's going to be that. For us, the volume this weekend is quite low, so I don't think it's going to be
too
bad. No, I think it'll be fine.
Who do you think is the coolest dressed in the room right now? Does it make you nervous to see other people go do the events before you?
I knew it was 1 hour. You go in, you warm up, you do the workout. I had someone to push me. There was one of the athletes there.
Yeah. Perfect.
1 hour, in and out. No fluffing, no looking at your phone. Yeah. Interesting.
Can you present yourself for the
I
vlog?
sure can. I'm Alex Hipwell. I've been working with Jacqueline now for how long? Over a year. Yeah. So we started working on mindset, and she started to kind of just build up the team around her, focusing on like her weaknesses and going, okay, where can I bring in some extra strength? So we started working together on mindset over a year now, and it's been an incredible journey. And now we're trialing a new step with the quarterfinals, where I come in and am kind of like her shadow in the sense of her silent coach in a way. Working there together with John, and we're going to see how that goes, and hopefully, bring her even further.
I'm gonna try to gain some time on the lunges by doing them quite fast, and I will try to hold on the handstand push-ups. I'm not like the fastest out there when it comes to handstand push-ups, but I think my shoulders are quite strong, so they can handle the volume.
Hard. They were harder than I thought they would be, because your shoulders were just smashed and then you have to hold them overhead, and I think I put them down, like I failed once, put them down like 2 or 3 more times.
Yeah, you have to deal, of course, always shoulders activated, and also legs at
the legs were actually pretty sore.
Yeah,
to be honest, it was actually it was just like acid. You can keep going, but they were actually hard, the lunges. And I kept slipping on the fucking floor.
Shoulder endurance, not cardio. It's only the shoulders and the traps.
I remember the first time you talked to me, you were like, I need to work on my shoulder
Yeah,
more.
it's still better. Because first part I've been pretty fast, I think. But it's all the strict HSP. I should maybe rest a bit more between the lunges, the last overhead lunges, because it's the worst for the shoulder, and the first set of HSP, because I was able to do only one. And then I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be super hard. And
but you recovered in the end. You didn't freak out too much. Is it painful for your shoulder? It's just
it's a bit painful for that one, especially on the overhead walking lunges, and then because I lack of strength in that one because of my injury, it's a bit difficult to. You see, when I push on the strict HSP, this one can push enough. But it's okay. I'm happy.
You're happy it's done.
Minutes something, and what I need.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
So everything felt quite smooth till last overhead, like last 4 reps. I was like shaking on the overhead, and it affected a lot of the strict handstand. I thought I'm gonna do 2 sets, but I end up doing like 2, 3, 2. Yeah. I'm happy with that. Like,
put it together.
Gabby, who's gonna win this one?
Me or Axel?
Yeah.
Me?
I hope it's you.
We
Who's
are
won the
trying
first
to
one?
set up this, how can we call it?
Amanda?
Yeah, we are trying to set up Amanda competition for years now. And this can be as close to Amanda as we can, so we'll see.
Who's better at pistols?
Look at this.
Okay, she takes the pistols, but I take the rest. So you see my, like.
Yeah, but it's 50-50 because it's 30 pistols. What is it? Half pistols, half everything else.
If you would ask any clever coach out there in the world, they would say it's a muscle-up workout.
No, it's about how pistols and GG is gonna affect the muscle ups.
Now you are a clever girl.
20 muscle ups, but the movements before is gonna mess you badly.
Do you guys think anyone is gonna go unbroken on the muscle ups?
Yeah.
They will.
Are you going unbroken? Are you going unbroken, Gabby?
I can share my strategy in front of him.
You know what I want?
1 to 10, how excited are you about this one?
Ask me again in 20 minutes when the pre-workout is kicked in. No, very good one. So it's a good workout. So,
Do you think we're gonna see anyone go unbroken on the muscle ups?
I think some will go unbroken on the muscle-ups, yeah. I think for some people, but I don't think the majority will go unbroken.
Yeah, 100%. You can see that, like, he's smiling,
see
he's in
it.
a chilled environment, like,
Yeah.
everything's rolling. Ooh, in my camera as well.
Europe.
Woo! Hardest part is done.
So clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it. I'm today's trending topic. I put commas over bullshit. Yeah, I put that on mamas. They tryna block all my blessings. They thought I lost a stepping. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm repping. Put on for the whole city. Yeah, I got them rocking with me. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm repping. Sending emojis, I'm blowing a pack of that OG. Don't be acting like you know me. And if you did, that's the old me. Wintertime, rock a cold fleece. Pocket fat, that's obese. Only talking money if it's increased. She give me brain, girl, no teeth. I touch down, bust down. She busted open for a real nigga. Stay tommied up, trying to build it up, trying to count it up, hill figures. Don't be chillin' with no lil niggas. And if I do, I be real with them. Chase a dream, that's a meal ticket. ISO gang, yeah, they still with us. I put it in motion, they got me steady. Thoughts on my mind, it's weighing heavy. Watch how I shine, tell them I'm ready. I'm hitting my stride, let's get to the Fetty. I was just sitting back watching them roll. Racks on me now, yeah, it's looking slow. I hold it down.
Come on! Nice! Did it go as you guys expected, or was it?
I stuck to my plan. My plan was 6-4, 4-3-3, 4-3-3.
I did not expect to go singles in the last time.
Now for me, like in muscle ups, I find that actually doing short sets, short rests is better than pushing for like
the
pretty
work?
happy because I was like, I'm divided because this workout, GHG and pistol are my favorite movement in CrossFit. But like for my shoulder, ring muscle up is really hard. So since I didn't do any ring muscle ups in 6 months, I was a bit afraid. But felt really good on the two first round. I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. And then on the last round it was super hard, but I did it like one by one and it was pretty okay. So I'm not like, I'm happy with my score because I can do better than that, I think.
So today was kind of like the hard day for your shoulder, and then
yeah, today was hard for the shoulder, and tomorrow I'm gonna be okay for the overhead squats. But like with a good warm up, some mobility stuff, I think it's gonna be okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah, I think it's gonna be a good event tomorrow.
Are you excited for cleans?
Yeah, for cleans, yes. Yeah, not for bench press.
Oh, John, it's been a long day. How many coffees have you drank so far?
I have 1, 2, 3. I'm only at 4, which is very reasonable considering it's 5 o'clock.
A conservative number. Are you happy overall with how the day went? Do you think the athletes performed?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting and it's important for us. Like there were, you know, if we look kind of big picture, there's some things that I think we need to work on all round, and that's really useful information for us going into the next training block. But in general, you know, everyone executed to what they could do in the moment, and that's all we could ask for. It's a good community at the moment in the box. We have a lot of media, a lot of athletes, but generally I think the vibe is good.
Okay. What are you most looking forward to tomorrow?
I think in terms of kind of atmosphere and energy, the lifting, I kind of want to turn it into a fun event. You know, good music, kind of all the athletes lifting big. But the wall ball rope climb workout should actually be quite fun as well.
I'm gonna ask people to do the same in the comments. Guess who do you think in Europe has gonna have the biggest lifting score?
Biggest bench.
The biggest bench or the biggest lifting score?
Okay, I mean, I think we will see people going over 500 kilos total, which, you know, is super impressive. And I think we've already heard of a 180 kilo bench, which
in
itself is pretty ridiculous. So, you know, if you start matching that with a clean and burn through, I mean, it's quite impressive that a lot of people are matching like bench and clean.